Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for Chapter 526 of Tower of God, or Season 3, Episode 109. And I just clicked the next chapter, the arrow over to the next chapter, and it says Yama and Doomside. And I've been saying, time and time again, I want to see what's going on Yama and Doomside. But now, of course, we have Trauma Ray here, we have the stuff going on with the bomb in the ceiling circle, and now, of all times, we're gonna cut back and have a Yama Doom chapter. So let's see what we get. I am very excited to see it. It's just one of those things where I'm so excited to see this, and then I'm like, but that means I don't get to see that other stuff. So let's see what happens. We have Yama and Doomside. Man, Yasratcha is so cool. You two just know nothing. Your father and I are only being swept by instincts and fate, but the 10 great family leaders are different. Trauma Ray and those who came from outside of the tower. To them, we're nothing but mere creatures. 52nd floor, a dog and cat. 1. After a great war ended, there was a time when the aftermath of the war was still continuing. We're getting more old flashbacks? Wong Wong, Yama's father. Is that because, like, I know in Japanese, wan wan is the onomatopoeia for dogs barking. Is it the same or basically the same in Korean? Wong wong is just the sound of a dog barking. Yama's father and I had first met at a workshop, or at this pine workshop. An experiment was taking place. By the request of someone from the upper class, genes of human children and tower animals were combined to create beastkin. Interesting, and again, we're getting backstory on how all these people came to be. So I wonder if all of the animal people we've seen leading up to this, and even some of the weird creatures we've seen, are all come from this. Like, maybe so many of these families or species or whatever they are come from these original experiments, and they're all just descended from that. That's so interesting. It's so cool. And they determined the most superior species out of them. Wong Wong, Yama's father, and I were subjects of that experiment, and after making it through several survival matches and tests, we came across each other. He had a strong build and a blank look in his face, and he seemed like someone who would just live a boring life. I thought I should never get involved with that guy in my life. That was my first impression of Wong Wong. Then, one day, the workshop gathered all the surviving beastkin in one place and made us fight. The guy and I survived to the end. We didn't lay hands on each other because he and I knew each other's strengths, and the few beastkin that survived the battle became regulars and climbed the tower in order. Wong Wong and I also climbed the tower separately, but not long after becoming D-class regulars, fate brought me to meet that guy again in a forest. I got you. Huh? You're... Yeah, and they crash into each other. What is this romantic comedy stuff? I didn't expect to run into you here. You managed to stay alive, huh? Have you met the other beastkin from the workshop? You're the only one from the pine workshop I've met so far. I'm sure a few of them survived. Some of them were stronger than us. What about your team? You haven't joined one yet? I've joined a few before, but I couldn't fit in. They noticed that I was different from them and seemed to avoid me. I want to form my own group too, but it's not easy. I wish there was someone with the same conditions as me. Alright, good luck with that. Just not join my crew. Just, alright, good luck with that. I won't just attack you since we're from the same workshop. Besides, I don't want to get hurt from fighting you. And he just leaves. Oh? And he stops as Wong Wong follows him. Why are you following me? I told you, I want to form a group with someone who has the same conditions as me. I noticed something only after leaving the workshop, but I think I got the genes of a pack animal which finds comfort in a group. But everyone avoids me because I'm from the workshop. What? So are you now suggesting to me? Come on, translators. I get the general idea, but Geez. Yeah, I want to form a group with you. You're also from the workshop, so it should be okay. No, it's not okay. Don't worry, I've mastered laundry, cooking, and administration while I was on my own. I'll take care of all the grunt work as we climb the tower. What? I even have the housekeeping, driving, and cooking certificates, as well as the regular class survival certificate and a driver's license. And since I sleep little, I can take guard of you while you're sleeping. I can handle 2 or 3 people's job just by myself. Anyway, I guarantee forming a group with me has a lot of perks. He's quite aggressive. If you still don't want to, that's fine with me too. Well, if I think about it, the guy's strong, and he doesn't seem like the type to backstab. I guess it wouldn't be bad to have a servant, and he's wagging his tail. Fine, suit yourself. Thanks, teammate. Don't call me teammate. Wang Wang was the type of animal I imagined him to be. Wang Wang did all the work for the team, although we were just a team of 2, ranging from doing menial tasks to fighting battles. Since Wang Wang always led the way and took care of enemies, I didn't have to fight unless we faced a very strong opponent. I was an animal that enjoyed solitude, but well, that guy wasn't very chatty anyway. Being with Wang Wang was convenient and quite satisfying. You're a very useful servant, Wang Wang. I'm your teammate. Fine, then I'll consider you my servant and teammate. There's no such thing. Again, this is such a cat and dog relationship, it's so interesting too. So when I was getting used to being a team with them, I asked Wang Wang one day, even if we climb up and become rankers, it won't change the fact that we're subjects for the workshop's experiment. They'll come for us someday. This is a funny question to ask someone like you, but... Do you have a dream? I do. You sound so certain. Really? What is it? I want to serve a master. Huh? What do you mean? My dream is to find my one and only master in my life and serve him. How is that a dream? Do you think of yourself as a dog because you're beastkin? That's not a dream, it's just some wild dream. Translators. But I want to have a master. Wake up and get over your instincts, you fool. Alright, I decided on my dream too. To be honest, I do like climbing the tower with you. Unlike me, you're selfless and willing to do even unpleasant tasks. I don't know who your master will be, but I want to have you. I'll take you away from that master no matter what. I'll teach you that someone like you doesn't need a master. What do you think? Just cut the crap. A cat can't be my master. Who says I want to be your master? I'm saying I'll show you that you don't need a master. Well, still, when I'm with you, I forget the fact that I need a master for a while, since you're my one and only teammate. Hearing that from a dog doesn't make me very happy. It wasn't until much later that I realized that my dream could never come true. Hundreds of years later we became A-class regulars, and the workshop called the 2 of us. Huh? A master? Yes, the one who funded your research told me to bring you 2 to him once you become rankers. Contact me when you pass the rankers test. He will be your master. Well, I knew this would happen at some point, but I still didn't like it. I've been living freely all this time, but now they're telling me I have a master. Whereas Wang Wang wasn't like me, and he's wagging his tail happily. After hearing that he would have a master, he got so excited that he couldn't sleep for several days. What? You're willing to go to that master? Yeah. You fool, why do you need a master? You can just run away and live freely. It was my lifetime goal to meet a master and pledge my loyalty to him. I've told you many times already, but I don't want freedom like you do. I'll be going. He'll treat you like a slave. Do you really think the guy that did that kind of do you really think the guy did that kind of experiment out of love? You'll definitely regret it. It doesn't matter. If that's the will of my master, I should follow it. What's just gotten into your head, seriously? And he just stares forward. I do think I'm weird too, but if my instincts tell me to serve a master, I will live like that. So you should live by your instincts too. You're not the type who serves someone anyway. I don't want to go with a cat who might bite his master's neck. Let's go our separate ways from here. Right, I did know from the beginning that Wang Wang and I were different species. Have it your way. He's going to live a boring life for the rest of his life. That stubborn head. And that was the last time I saw Wong Wong as a regular. After parting ways with him, I had several failures and finally became a ranker. Regardless of that, I didn't contact the workshop and ignored all their attempts to reach me. I started to form a group by taking around subordinates that I shared my power with, and before I knew it, we became a famous group. Of course, I never got a subordinate like Wong Wong. Then one day, a soldier from the workshop came for me. Damn it, you come out of nowhere and killed all my subordinates. What do you think you're doing? You shouldn't have ignored us in the first place. Let's go, Cat. Your master is waiting for you. Master? I don't have such a thing. I'm the master of my life. I've already become the leader of a group. A group? Which group? You mean the ones I just killed? Stop resisting. The dog was already taken in by his master. Wong Wong? He's not someone you can run away from anyway. So, come with me if you don't want to die. I had no choice but to go to that damn master. But in a way, I was curious how much of a big shot this master was, and how much that puppy guy changed. And, in case he was regretting his choice, it'd be a good chance to slap him in the back of the head and take him out of there. And then, we see this huge floating city. This is where your master is. He's the highest one in this floating castle. What? He's the highest one here? The highest person in this huge floating castle. What kind of guy is he, really? The one invited. You may come in. And then he steps into this throne room. Jeez, this is so cool looking. Whoa. That one is pretty scary looking. Jeez. And that guy, chief trainer of Lopobia's army. Lopobia. Kidding. Holy shit, he looks cool. Wow, he looks cool. I can feel that he's a big shot like no other I've met before. Is he that master guy? And what is that thing? The cat tower? The dog and his trainer will now enter. And now we have the door opening. Wait, is that? And we have Wong Wong being walked on a leash. Wong Wong. Wong Wong, what on earth's going on? What's that leash on your neck? Why the heck are you looking like that? Damn it, who the hell is the guy? What kind of damn master is he? You're here. And he's just not there in person even, just a screen. Everyone bow your heads to the ground and listen. The leader of the Lopobia family is speaking. And they all bow. What did he just say? Family leader. So the master who called me here is the leader of the Lopobia family. Cat. After I realized it, that a family leader is someone we can never reach. From now on, you are my pet. He's a being unbelievably far from us. A year has passed since I was brought to the main ship of the Lopobia family. I ended up becoming his pet. It wasn't something I could refuse even if I wanted to. Being a pet did disgust me, but it wasn't that hard. All I had to do was run around and play in the cat tower. He said that was part of some cat's daily life. Of course, because he comes outside of the tower. Is this him trying to emulate reality in some sick way? But it was different for Wong Wong. The guy was always on a leash. He was trained and fought with other beastkin every day. They wanted Wong Wong to become a strong warrior and lead a group, since unlike me he was unconditionally loyal to the family leader. The more warriors like Wong Wong there are, the more convenient it would be for them. I had no loyalty whatsoever, so they expected nothing from me. I continued to just laze around the cat tower. Sometimes I even defied orders from the higher-ups, but the family leader didn't seem to care about this. He only gave harsh trials to Wong Wong, who was loyal, and an easy life to me who wasn't loyal. He was one disgusting guy. Soon after, I was able to roam freely in the floating castle, unlike Wong Wong. And as soon as I got freedom, I went to see Wong Wong. And then he's locked in a cage. Wong Wong, why are you looking like this? Yasratcha, let's get out of here. There's no reason for you to put up with this kind of life. Let's run away, even if it means risking death. This isn't nowhere close to a decent life. Yasratcha, I don't have much to complain about my life right now. What? Serving my master and being loyal to him. I told you that's the kind of life I want. Why did you come back to this place anyway? And again, I love these diametrically opposed people just from the nature of the experiments done on them. It's so interesting. Freedom is for someone like you. If you want to get out of here, go by yourself. And live freely just like your instincts tell you. Wong Wong has completely lost it. I'm going to get out of here. A cat roaming around the castle like it's his own house. Who are you? So, you were caught too. Huh? Who are... And it looks like some sort of lion person, maybe? You seem to remember me. Yeah, I'm a beastkin from the same workshop as you. Beastkin with the blood of a lion. My name is Lobi. Interesting design. I like this guy's design too. Looks like you two have also become rankers, although you're just pets after all. By the looks of it, you're not much different either. Rumor has it that you came to see Wong Wong. Is it true? Well, yeah, I was out of my mind. Right. Sounds like you came to a realization. Give up. You won't be able to get him out of here. What? Did you know a few of the top trainers, including our family leader, can control us? A human can control a human? Yeah. Don't just be ridiculous. How can a human control other humans? Mind control was developed for people to control animals. Did you forget? We're half animal. Why do you think the family asked the workshop to do an experiment to create us? Those guys just wanted to create humans they could control in the first place. Looks like you haven't been controlled yet, but I've experienced it. It was so humiliating. The blood of the lion, the king of the beasts, is running through my veins. But imagine how I felt when I lost my will at someone's command and was led around by the nose. I promised myself I'd find a way to overcome that mind control, that I would live under their rule here only until the day, but Wong Wong is different. What? The top trainer's mind control doesn't work on him. That's why he's on a leash. I saw it with my own eyes. He's special. Surprisingly, he's being held by the family leader out of his own will. I don't understand that guy at all, so give up saving him. He's different from us. Wait. Wong Wong is a special beastkin that can't be controlled. Hearing that, I decided to stay in the floating castle and look for a chance, and after a long time, Wong Wong and I adjusted ourselves in different ways. He became a loyal dog, whereas I became a pet cat in the castle. I earned the family leader's trust and a high position, and started to get involved in making big decisions for the family. 2 branches in our district have been invading each other's territory recently, and their conflict has escalated. It started with the fight between the leaders of the 2 groups, high rankers Lododo and Kokoko. But their feelings have intensified so much that we cannot stop them anymore. We request the family to intervene and resolve this matter, please. It's difficult to take sides with one of them. They're both talented and competent, says Kirin. What is there to think about? No matter how competent they are, they shouldn't cause trouble for the family leader. Just kill them both and be done with them, says Yasratcha. Then there would be no more conflict. Would there be no more conflict? Do as he says, says Traumaray. Lord, why were you paying attention to such a trivial matter? Please, allow me to take care of it. I just find that cat's way of doing things amusing. Did you hear that? That damn cat. The family leader wants both of them killed. The family leader could do anything, and he didn't care what I would just do. I'll go myself and carry out your order, Lord. Maybe we were a perfect combination. After I came, the family leader did everything without thinking much about it. Time continued to pass. Wong Wong used his power to increase the number of canines. He trained them into becoming a loyal army. They were very brave warriors and accomplished many jobs, But Wang Wang was still a slave on a leash. The branch leaders were well aware that Wang Wang was a loyal dog, but they were also worried about this being they couldn't control gaining too much power. They chose a woman for Wang Wang's first wife who would produce an heir, and a child was born from the emotionless act. The child named Doom entered the training camp soon after his birth. The branch leaders then found a way to tame this boy, who inherited Wang Wang's weakened blood. He would be the one to take over and rule the canines in the future. So I like this explaining why Doom can be controlled, but maybe why Yama can somewhat resist the control, and sort of getting into the circumstances of Yama's birth. Because again, I want to know what the deal was with Yama's mother and everything. Also, this is an incredibly long chapter. I know I haven't been doing much other than reading, but I'm just sort of engrossed in the story that's going on. But I find it interesting that CU was like, yeah, we're doing the full Yasratcha flashback, one chapter. I actually really like that he's doing this, even though like it must have been so difficult to do all this in a week, you know? The branch leaders then found a way to tame Wang Wang's weakened blood. He'd be the one to take over and rule the canines in the future. I knew the branch leaders would kick the two of us out of the family someday, but now we became strong too. I used my position to make many allies in the family. Our power and force were stronger than most of the branches of Lopobia. I thought the time was coming soon, and after some time passed again, we started to fight in big wars. We got out of a small world and faced many strong opponents in the tower, which made us stronger. Middle zone. Geez, that shot looks really good. We see all these ships. And the armies marching forward. And that looks like Zahard himself. What? Is that a hologram for inspection? It's still my first time seeing it. So that person is the king of the tower. I didn't really care about others, but the thought that he would be watching made my blood go wild. For the first time in a long while, I fought really hard as if to make an impression on him. So interesting. Just how powerful is that being, really? That the king himself came with all these forces. Interesting. And now it looks like something's coming out of the volcano, maybe? It's erupting? Something's coming out. What's that? Yeah, again, what is it that so many of them would be called to fight? Gigantic thing. Ancient creature. Akranak. Interesting, so it's an ancient creature. And again, I love the way that we're seeing the effects of Zahard's army going and conquering the tower by just going and hunting everything down in the far reaches over time. It was really alive. One of the strongest ancient creatures that chose a slayer as a host. Okay. One of the strongest ancient creatures that chose a slayer as a host. So that's interesting. I wonder if one of the slayers then has an ancient power similar to Kelhelm or Evankel. So if it chose a slayer as a host, does that mean that slayer is now dead? Let's go. Time to catch a big fish. And now we get the to be continued. Interesting. Also, we don't 100% know the timeline or anything, so we don't know how long ago this was. That's so interesting. I mean, we know it has to be really long ago, but no clue how long. Crazy. Oh well, there's only one more chapter to be caught up, so I'm going to go ahead and read it. But just know, incredible backstory so far. Thought it was great, really engrossed in it. It doesn't really subvert my expectations any. It's a bit of what I expected the backstory to be, but it's so interesting. That's so cool. But yeah, Either way, gonna move on to reading the next one, so there's not much to discuss, but I will review this in depth eventually, so you'll get to see it there. But like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, asking, I'll give you one free and open for anyone. And if you want to help support the channel on Patreon, it's patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description. Either way, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.